All right, guys, loose watercolor wildflowers. I don't paint loose watercolors very much, but I want to do it more. So let's get started with this. Hello and welcome to Deliberately Creative. Boy, I am having a hard time today. I'm Stephanie. This is Deliberately Creative. We are having just a quiet and relaxing time. We're going to play with my new, well, actually, it's not my palette. It's my husband's new palette of the Derwent Inktense. I got it for him for his birthday, and then I made him a birthday card with it. Because, you got to test out the supplies, right? Make sure they're working right. Hello, everyone coming in. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate you joining me. This is something that I want to do more of. I want to just sort of pop into the studio and decide I want to do something. So I did this one. So if you saw the first thumbnail, it was this flower. And I was testing some other paints. And I can't talk about those paints yet, but I was testing some other paints and was like, ooh, I wonder if the Inktense will do fun, loose types of florals. And so I did this. I actually worked on it this direction and then decided I was going to do it this way. And I'm painting on the Arteza 100% cotton watercolor postcards. So with the Inktense, it's not going to run. I can just put a stamp on, make a bunch of these, put stamps on them, and mail them out. And whatever happens to them, happens to them. Hello. All right. Miss Bonnie and Tatiana and Phyllis and Suzanne and Amy. And I saw Carmen a little while ago. I think she had to pop out to go grab children. So the Arteza cards come in a tin like this. Actually, it doesn't come in a tin like this. I have been really rude to this. I used it to put some paint on top of, like a palette. I put it in a drawer, and then it popped up and got smooshed. But the cards are all good. And yeah, see, I've been tossing cards in here that I've painted on. Oh, I remember that one. That one was a fun one. It's like going through a little bit of a wander through the wildflowers here. Oh, yeah. I did this from a Skillshare that I watched on loose and splashy watercolors and getting movement. There it is, movement. And this Anna Marie Murin? Now I can't remember her last name, but if you look up Anna Marie, you'll probably find her. She does watercolors from England, really neat. So then these are some other ones. That's not rude, it's appreciating the surface. Yeah, this one here was a year ago when we were at Claylock Campground in the Olympic National Forest, or National Park, for my husband's birthday last year. Oh my goodness, I've had these for a while. Wet Autumn Day, Olympic National Park. Yeah. See? So you can do pen and ink on them. You can do watercolor. You can do pen and ink and then go back and do watercolor. So that was the last one of the... You got to flip through the art in my tin. I'm going to pull out a card. I have more cards in the back here, so move some of those up front. All right. This is going to be splashy and fun, and I'm going to just zoom out a little bit. I know right now it's a little bit bright, and you're going to see that from a bit of a distance, but I'm just going to start off. I'm going to spray the palette. Mark actually did a swatch in a notebook, but I don't have it in here with me, so I'm just playing with these colors based on the handy dandy color sheet that they include. So there you go. This is the Inktense. It is supposed to be permanent after they are dry. You can do the same techniques with the Inktense blocks or with the watercolor pencils or with their pencils. But with the pencils, it's a little bit harder to be splashy with it. So I guess that's kind of where I'm going with that. I'm going to spritz this paper with water. I already spritzed the palette. And I'm not mixing colors. I am just going to pick up with a wet brush some of this. It is mango. Maybe I'll switch to the side camera. Let's see how that looks. Side camera. Go to the side camera. Where is the... There it is. Mango. It's this lovely orangey tone. And because I spritzed the water on the paper, the drops are going to scatter around. You've never been called Vinny before. Oh, Bonnie. See, when I hear Vinny, all I think of is Vinny and Squiggy from the Happy Days. There we go. Hey, Kathy. And Pat and Kristen. Welcome. Gail. Hi, guys. So fun. So now that's what it looked like from the side, just splattering. I'm going to take some of this. It is the mid ultramarine blue. I'm going to splatter some of that on. Now, something that I have noticed about me is that I need to get my green on here and just let the green sort of be in the background. I have a hard time when I go in and put leaves. I don't know. I feel like I totally mess it up when I put leaves in. So this one, I just put the green in the background and I just let it sort of flow around. I spritzed it with a little bit more water afterwards, after I got the green on. So I'm going to take just a couple colors of green. Hello and welcome back, Carmen. Safely delivered children back to home now, huh? This is the dark green. This is racing green. And I'm just tapping these colors on. I am making a mess all around me, you see? This is not taped down. I'm not worried about it. I didn't want the white edge around it. This is the hooker's green. I'm just getting a whole bunch of different colors on. I am going to spritz this in just a second. And this is the background. So I've got the color rinsed out of my brush. Now I'm going to take this is a little spray bottle. It's just an eyeglass lens cleaner bottle. It just has clean water in it. Ooh. I think I want to go to well, maybe I'll do it right there. Whoops. I sprayed off the table. There. Look at that. Now I'm going to set this piece of paper towel right here. And I'm going to let that just drip down. See how that's giving us this lovely, loose, kind of linear, like plants, like weeds and things like that. That's cool. That's different than I got last time. We're going to do a few of these. It's not going to be, I don't think this is going to be a super long show today. I just want to get a few of these cards done, and I wanted to play, and I also wanted to do something live because I kind of promised, and I know. Yeah, hooker's green. Okay, I got to take a sip of my tea. This is just regular tea. I'm over the headache, finally. I still had that headache last night at like 10:30 at night. So, all right, I want to dry this. This is just a heated craft tool. I'm just going to use it to dry, so then these colors won't move around when I start putting the next layers on. I'm feeling much better. Adventurous. Yeah, this is adventurous art. This is intuitive. It's freeform. It's loose. It's relaxing. Oh my gosh, it's relaxing. Oh, I found my T-shirt that had the mandala on it, so that's available on my Teespring store. Amy is a naughty girl. I need to unhide that. Come on, show. There it goes. I am running all of the show today behind the scenes and in front of the camera, so fun stuff. How do you guys like this time of day? Is this getting a little too late for you, or is it early enough? I'm just drying it on both sides. So I'm saying this is the top, this is the bottom. I'm going to go back to the top-down camera, and I'm going to zoom in. Time to zoom in. You guys have seen the palette now. That's the palette, and I'm not mixing any colors. I'm just picking them up straight from the pad. So let's just go with that. And focus. Whoops, that wasn't the focus button. That was the zoom button. There we go. Focus. I love the variations of tone. That mango is really, really nice. It does feel a little bit bright, doesn't it? Let's see. Let's see if I can find the tool to fix that. So I have to open up a program and then go to Advanced and then tell it I'm on camera number 1. There's only one camera in this particular app, but there it goes. Now I'm going to click on darker. It's going to go really dark, and then we can lighten it up. Maybe it'll go dark. Ooh, maybe it won't. That's weird. Okay, so maybe if I say more contrast. Oops. There, I think that'll be good. That'll be good. It's not quite so bright. Yeah, see, my headache was not a migraine. My headache was definitely the sinus type headache thing going on. All right, so now we've got this. I think I want to do something similar to these flowers just because they're fun and it's something that I know what I'm kind of doing. So I'm going to grab that mid ultramarine again, and this is just with my number 12 round brush. I'm going to go in and I'm going to say these flowers are really close to me, and I'm just using the tip of the brush and kind of making my little petals and not worrying about making them perfect. This is loose. And they're kind of forget-me-not-ish, but they're not. And I'm not worried if I go too light or too dark because I need some variations. And I will pick up more paint just like I did there. We just lay the paints in however they go. I think I'm going to pick up a little bit of the bright blue. The bright blue I think is kind of a little more phthalo-y. It gives a little bit more of a dark. I'm just putting some petals in. These might be little star flowers. Maybe these are, star flowers in a meadow. This feels a little more standy-uppy. Yeah, it kind of looked like asparagus to begin with. Yeah, it's one of those sort of fun things that you can, it's like looking at clouds when you do these types of sort of intuitive, just let it happen. Maybe make some a few smaller. I'm just using the tip of the brush. I'm not really making flowers. I'm just sort of doing tap, 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 tap. I might take a little bit of gouache in. Ooh, that was pretty. I like that. Maybe can get something, it looks almost like the little lupin or bluebonnet or something, huh? A little bit different. Just a little bit different. No. This is the bright blue. Just sort of making, ooh, I like that. Sort of a blue meadow. Little spiky flowers, little star flowers. That's pretty. Question, do you have to put a fixative? No, you don't. No, you don't. That's one of the neat things about the Inktense is that it's an ink. And once it's dry, it's permanent. So I can just, once it's dry, I can send it off in the mail. And I'm going to dry in between. So these are fun little loose florals that you can, quickly get a whole pile of cards done. Now it is curling because I don't have it down on a hard or taped down to a surface. You could go back in and do some pen detailing and things like that if you wanted to. I am going to go ahead and grab some of that mango again, kind of thick. When it's thicker, it is a little bit more opaque, and you can actually put that orange right on top of the blue. It's not going to go brown. And it is going to stand out because it is a little bit opaque. That's sweet. You just splurged and ordered some new watercolor brushes. Ooh, watercolor brushes are so cool. I got contacted by a company that said they wanted to send me some watercolor brushes. And I looked them up, and they're actually a reputable company, and it's like, wow, I'm surprised they wanted me. But I've seen that they're contacting a lot of artists on YouTube right now to see if they want to try the brushes. So, but they sent a personalized video in the email. I had to check them out. So to get this to lay flat, because it's curling, I can go like this and spritz the back and then lay it flat underneath of something, and it will flatten out and it will stay flat. Now right now, I know I just spritzed the back, but it's not going to hurt anything. I'm looking at this going, I want to try and maybe splatter on a little bit of the white. I was watching Lindsay, the Frugal Crafter, and she was playing with she got one of these 24 palettes of the Inktense also. And she was trying some different things. So I'm just going to see if the white is, it's strong enough to give us some coverage over the colors. I'm just looking at it going, ooh, that's pretty. A little bit of sparkle, a few little weeds and things like that. Silver black velvet brushes. I think I own maybe 2 silver black velvet. This is a Creative Mark Mimic round. Comes in the Try It pack. Any of the stuff I'm using today, it's listed either in my Amazon store under my watercolor and art supplies, or it has an actual affiliate link specifically for it. I didn't put an affiliate link for the Inktense paint pans. I know you can find them on Amazon, but I could only find the 12 sets on Amazon, and this is the 24. So I had to get this from Blick. That turned out so pretty. I am going to try another watercolor. Okay, so, and what I'm going to do here, set this out of the way. I have, zoom out. I've got this clip art book. And it has different florals and stuff in it. And I actually was looking in here at the, when I was doing the forget-me-nots, when I did this card, I was actually looking at some flowers. I still want to do wildflowers. I'm still going to do them loose. But, oh, I know what it was. I saw I think it was a hollyhock that was in here. So I'm just sort of flipping through. Look at that. It's fun to look at things like this. And you know that these are safe to copy from. See, they like to use the little forget-me-nots in a lot of the artwork in here. Lily of the Valley, that's real pretty. Lily of the Valley isn't as loose as I want to be, though. Lilacs would be loose. I could do some lilacs. I could do... See, because like I said, this is just... Morning Glories would be kind of fun. Or maybe we just do a field of kind of the greens and then just throw some colors in and see what flowers show up. So that's another one. Yeah, if you... Oh, crocuses. Crocuses are nice. Maybe we'll do crocuses. Crocuses. Okay. So I don't think that they have an actual crocus. I'm just sort of go flying through here fast. So they have that one. But I don't know if they have any more crocuses. Butterflies. Butterflies can be loose. Oh, this is... I was looking at this. See how I got my colors for that? So that's how I got the colors. I tried to do with leaves and stems and I totally messed up. So this is what I came out with. Lilacs. I like lilacs. So I think I'm going to look at some lilacs here. And we'll see what we've got with the colors. There's some dark plum. So there's a violet and a dark plum and a fuchsia. And this is getting all warped because I apparently it got heated up by, or oh no, it got wet. Let's see if we dry it, if it will flatten out. Yes, the Sherpa soap would be fine to give your brushes their first ever cleaning. It's just you want to make sure that you get the soap washed out completely. It does have oils and things like that in it to break down the acrylic polymers, but I think that it would be fine for the first wash of your brushes because they've got that sizing in them, and it's nice to get that out. Oh, what is this book? I got this on Amazon, and it was through a third-party seller because it's not something that's in print anymore, and I think it was from a Goodwill store on Amazon. And this is Memories of a Lifetime, Florals and Nature. And this one actually still has the CD-ROM in the back. Not that many of us have a CD-ROM player anymore, but that's fine. Yeah, you can use the Masters brush cleaner, Sherpa brush cleaner. You can use Dawn dish soap. You can use baby shampoo. You can use, anything that you would use on your hair, you can use to wash your brushes. Yeah, with a CD. It was so cool. And I think I got it for really, really good. It was like $6, including shipping. So it was like $2.95 plus $3.99 shipping, I think is what it was. So yeah, and it is a clip art book. You notice the backs of these pages the backs of all of the pages are blank. So that way you can cut them out and actually use them to make cards or put into frames or whatever. It's made for, it says, artworks for scrapbooks and fabric transfer crafts. And it's Sterling Publishing Company, New York. This one was printed in 2005, so it's not that old. I'm just looking to see if they have... I don't see any information on if they have any, licensing issues. You can use them for making personal projects, I think is what it is. Yeah, so you can get them. You can get the pictures photocopied at any of the copy centers, and it's not going to go against copyright to do that. So, oh no, you can use it. It's just that watercolor, really, your watercolor brushes don't need to be washed with soap very often. It's kind of like because your watercolor, well, that isn't a real hair, but if this is watercolor and it's to simulate real hair. The real hair brushes are like your real hair. You will strip the oils and stuff like that off of it if you wash it too often. So really just rinsing in water and then just doing the quick little on a piece of paper towel. And if as long as it's clean, it's clean. You don't tend to get paint doesn't go up in the ferrule with watercolor. Yeah. See, Gail even said it. It must be true because Gail said it too. All right, let's do this. We're going to do lilacs. And I'm just going to go with spritzing the background here. Actually, I'm going to spritz both sides of this card. So it kind of sticks down onto the table or onto I've got it on a board here. So let's zoom back in. Zoom, zoom, zoom. All right. So I am going to go in first with, I think, a bright green. That was interesting. I put a lot of water on here. And so those first hits of the color just went whoosh. Boy. Zoom in more. Zoom in. So this is a kind of a lime green, kiwi green. So that's kiwi green that I put on first. Get a little bit up here at the top. This is a light color, so it's not going to affect our purple. I'm going to put my lilac bunch right here in the middle, I think. I want to get a little bit of some dark green or darker green. So a little bit of that hooker's green. Kind of keep it around the edges. Like I said, I am not going to I'm not going to be putting the green on after. So I've got this huge lilac bush in my backyard. That I totally love. I think I want to just take my brush. I'm just going to sort of dab around the outside edge. Just dabbing. Not the dab dance, just dab the brush around. That's pretty. We're going to get this wet again, but I'm going to dry it so that the greens are kind of set. The paint pack of the brushes. Green one for your watercolor. Oh, paint puck. Paint pucks. Yes. Paint pucks that go in the bottom of your water cup so that you can sort of swish your brush across it. All right. So that's not going to move around. I want to take some of the sort of fuchsia pink. So that's plum, that's pink. Oh, and I was going to just get the middle of this kind of wet. That got way too wet. I'm going to dab that out just a little bit. Look at that. It's growing the flowers already. Right there, it looks kind of like fireweed. See, I'm kind of keeping it in a cone shape. Letting them sort of burst out, grow out a little bit. I like that. Isn't it pretty? Just giving us that soft... Those flowers are growing all by themselves, right? Just letting them grow. I am going to put a little bit of the plum. That might be a little ooh, that plum is really, really dark. I might have to mix a color. Let's see. If I go with that one and the fuchsia. Oh, okay. So the bright blue and the fuchsia is giving me a pretty kind of that darker tone to give us a little bit of some shadow inside of our lilac. Maybe a little bunch of it right up in here. That is pretty. Yeah, not hot water, just soft, you know, but you wouldn't put your baby in hot water. Don't put your brushes in hot water. How about that? So these are really soft and they're going to be on the inside of the flower. And I know I said I'm not going to put leaves. I think I'm going to try. Yeah, even though they're splatters, you know that they are, it's going into a botanical type of thing. Yes. All right. Hey guys, if you're enjoying this, please remember, click that like button and let me know that this is something that you want to see more of. I'm going to mix up. I'm taking a bit of the plum and a bit of the fuchsia. So I'm taking the plum and the fuchsia. I'm making that purple. Then I'm going to take the fuchsia and some of the bright blue. That's the one down here on the end, which is kind of the phthalo blue. Look at that yummy purple. I like that. And then the actual plum is this color. So I think between those, well, maybe add just a little bit more fuchsia to this one. Brighten it up. I don't want the colors to be too murky. I want some brightness here. You hear me swishing my brush between colors? That's all I'm doing. I'm just putting my brush in the water. I'm just sort of swishing those bristles back and forth. Take it out, and then I dab it on a paper towel. And really, when I'm done for the day, that's about all they get to. So now I'm going to go in and I think I'm going to take some of that darker plum I'm just going to dab in some flowers. Lilacs are 4 petals. But if you make 5-petal ones, there are ones that have multi-petaled. They're like double-petaled lilacs. My color, my watercolor choice here is to not my watercolor. How about this? My lighting choice is that this is diffused lighting. It doesn't have a specific direction that the light is coming from here. My big lavender, my big lilac in the backyard is almost as tall as my house. It's taller than my little shed in the backyard that I use for my spring and summertime art studio. See, I'm just putting some like petal shapes. These ones are closer together, they're overlapping. Loose. Not worried about making perfect flowers. The petals are really tightly packed. I don't want to cover up all of the stuff going on the inside. I'm going to take some of the... Now, something I want you to see is that these colors, I don't know if you can see that, these colors do kind of separate and get a little bit grainy looking. That is just because the paint is a little more opaque, so the grains are a little bit closer together. Ooh, that's going to be dark. Or the grains separate when there's more water. That's what I'm trying to say. That's how you get your transparency look with it. Just touching, using the tip of the brush and just touching to make this lovely loose lilac. Could be butterfly bush also. Butterfly bush tends to have those really super teeny tiny petals. Just putting these pretty colors in. I like this. Oh, I needed to do this, guys. I needed this so much today. Let me grab a little bit of the purple color. Just dabbing it in. Leaving some of that lighter color showing through also. Maybe a few of those up here. The very centers of lilacs can have like a little light spot. This is so pretty. Yeah. Oh gosh, I'm so happy that I'm doing it. Thank you guys for coming along, hanging out with me. Really appreciate that. This is a little bit later in the day. I kind of like it, but I know that I have friends that go live, and I don't want to impinge on their time with their, if you guys watch other YouTubers that are going live now, make sure and celebrate all your YouTube friends. Okay, I think maybe a few little petals down here. I think I am going to take the Hooker's Green, get a lot of water in it. I'm going to do try and get just a few of these little kind of shadowy leaves in without doing too much. This is the part that always scares me. I don't know, do leaves scare you guys? Do you get 'cause they do me. They scare me. Maybe just dab. I'm just going to dab some color in. There we go. Dab, 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 dab. Break it up. Break it up. I need to just get over being scared of leaves, I think, and just say, you know what? They are what they are. They will be what they will be. And I just know that leaves are kind of important to a lilac tree, you know? But I want them to be sort of soft. There. Okay. Okay. You know what? I'm not going to mess with any more leaves. I know I... Raven? Yeah. I love the way you spell Raven. That is beautiful. I'm going to dry this and say that I'm done with that one. If you like this flower, guys, let me know by clicking that like button. If you like what I do all kinds of things. So this week has been a week of, I've done the DaVinci Eye app. I've done the Procreate a couple times. I'm going to do DaVinci Eye app again tomorrow. I'm working on these little houses for a coloring book, and so I'm going to work on doing one tomorrow. Eyes scare you? You know, I don't have a problem with eyes, but so much as, well, I don't have a problem with doing one eye. It's when you get to the second eye that's the problem. That can be a little bit scary. So this it's cotton paper, guys, so you know it can take a beating. It can take extra abuse. And you know, I don't keep the backs of them clean, so but I can just mail this one off. And I can mail that one off. So we've got two pretty little cards. Maybe one more. One more card. One more card. Let's see. One more card. What do we want to do? I think since I've got the kind of purple colors and stuff there already, and I'm making kind of a green, I'm going to go ahead and I've loaded my brush up with some color. I'm just sort of washing it, swooping it across the wet. The wet paper. I'm just sort of swooping it across. Not trying to be real specific, not trying to be real, you know, totally leafy. I want to take the leaves or the green all the way off the edge though. This does dry lighter, even though it's an ink, because I added a lot of water. I'm separating those little pigment, the little pigment things are getting separated. Now I think I want to put a little bit of the darker green. Sort of sprinkling through. That would be kind of like leaves coming up. I think we're going to put some yellowy green in here. So this is that kiwi green. That's real pretty. Oh, and this did come with a, it did come with a water brush. I haven't tried it yet, but it looks like it's a pretty good one. I haven't loaded it with water yet, so I don't know for sure. But it looks like it has a nice point. This kiwi green is really fresh. I am making a mess, guys. I love doing this type of stuff, though. I have not done enough of these types of paintings in my life. Ooh. That is pretty. Just sort of push down that center. And I think I am going to try and dry it and see what happens. It's going to take it a moment. You've almost emptied the freezer, cleared one shelf in the pantry for your no grocery orders challenge. Ooh. Yeah, I was wondering how your challenge was going, Bonnie. Have you been able to stick to the $10 rule? Yeah, Amy, what they did is her husband gave her a challenge to use just pantry items to cook with. So here we go. So that's pretty. Now this is not completely dry yet. That's okay. I was thinking the purples would be nice, but you know, I want to try some of the red tones that are in here. I want this cherry red. So I'm thinking maybe we'll end up with a kind of a poppy field. Ooh, if I'm doing poppy field, I can put like a few little dots going across. And we're getting a few poppies in the wildflower field. Yeah. Maybe a couple that are like bigger, closer up to us. Wiggle, wiggle. Wiggle, wiggle. Oh, that's pretty. That cherry red is amazing. I'm not putting any more flowers though. Guess who hasn't bought anything? Guess who gets the $10? Oh, Bonnie, you are clever. All right, I am going to go and find, I think, let's see, what blue is that? I think that's the indigo? Navy. Okay, navy blue. Drop. Just a little bit. I'm trying to keep myself from going too far with that. Oh, that's looking so pretty. Maybe one petal forward. Like that. Maybe that's what I need on these. Oh, that's pretty. Oh, so pretty. And look how fast that went in. Oh my gosh. We're going to dry it. So now we've got red poppies. Oh, so pretty. And now I'm looking at it, and as it dries, it's kind of cool because it's picking up a little bit of the colors that were on the paper already behind it. Oh. Okay, so I totally surprise myself sometimes, guys. I am going to dry on the backside now. All right, Amy, you take care of yourself. That extra petal. Yeah, it was that extra petal. But I needed the dark in there first to know where the petal went. So it was that extra petal that just popped it into Poppyland. So I'm just bending this back the other way a little bit. I could get the back wet and, you know, but I don't think I need to. I am going to zoom out, move that water out of the way, take that dirty card out from underneath of the artwork. I'm going to try and get our pretty cards here. Oh, that is so nice. That is so nice. Oh, wow. Loose flowers. I'm going to take me off the screen for just a moment. Let's see. Maybe we'll go that way. Maybe we'll go that way with it. I'm just trying to get this set up so that it's a pretty picture for you guys to see. This was my sample. So this was the one that I did first. Then we did these. And then the lilacs or butterfly bush. And we finished off with the poppies. Wow. Less than an hour. We have 3 postcards completely finished, less than an hour. And it would have been a lot faster if I hadn't been talking. Thank you guys so much for being here. I am really, really appreciating you showing up. Did you like this time? Please let me know. 2:30 in the afternoon, Pacific Standard Time works really well for me. Mark's gone to work. I can just do my thing, focus on the artwork. Oh, yeah. Oh, I love this, guys. Remember, click that like button, subscribe to the channel, share the video with your friends, and share some artwork with your friends also. Take care of yourself so you can take care of those around you. And I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.